National Remote Sensing Center at Hyderabad for having put in their efforts.
சற்றுமுன் நமக்கு கிடைத்திருக்கக்கூடிய செய்தி, கடந்த மாதம் கடலில் விழுந்து காணாமல் போன டார்னியர் விமானத்தில் பயணம் செய்த 3 விமானிகளின் உடல்கள் கண்டெடுக்கப்பட்டிருப்பதாக கடலோர காவல்படை ஐஜி திரு ஷர்மா அவர்கள் தெரிவித்திருக்கிறார். அதற்கான செய்தியாளர் சந்திப்பை இப்பொழுது பார்க்கலாம்.
Oceanographic Laboratory at Cochin for also their invaluable inputs. I'll also like to thank the Naval Operations Data Processing and Analysis Center at Cochin, which gave us invaluable inputs about the profile of the seabed and the difficulties which are likely to be faced while carrying out search in such steep gradients, and what are the remedial measures and how to overcome them, and which enabled us to carry out the search in the right direction. I would also like to thank Airport Authority of India, which gave us invaluable inputs at the time of the last contact which the radar had it, and gave us a datum or a position from where to start the search. And I must confirm to you now that the position which they had indicated at the last aircraft was noticed on the radar at 4,900 meters, 4,900 meters in the air. The parts of the aircraft have been located within about 2 kilometers in the seabed at the 3,325 feet seabed, within about 2 kilometers radius of that position. So the fears of their radar being correct or not are also taken care of. All these agencies, I said, were almost 12 agencies which participated in this search operation, which lasted for over 361 ship days. That means over 35 days. On an average, 11 ships were always in search for the mission throughout these 35 days. Total hours flown were almost about 250 hours of our aircrafts which have been flown to carry out this search operation. And as I had mentioned earlier, the number of personnel which were involved were more than 2,000, which included the 60 crew members of Olympic Canyon also. I had the opportunity of visiting and meeting and talking to the crew of the Olympic Canyon, who were very, very positive in their attitude, which led to this recovery. And in their own words, they said it was like our challenge for us to make recovery of the aircraft, which we had requested them to carry out. And they had sleepless nights on board for their crew, which were operating those remote operating vessels, and also those which were recovering those items for last 5 days. But they never got deterred and continued to ensure that the maximum items are recovered from the seabed. They also followed all regulations. The crew on board Olympic Canyon followed all regulations which are supposed to be followed in recovery of such material of the aircraft submerged at sea. They delicately handled the smallest part which were recovered from the sea, which included a wristwatch of one of the crew members. Has been recovered from a depth of about 950 meters. This is the watch which has been recovered. This is the front dial. And this is the back side of the watch. You can read even fast track written on this dial. I'm just showing this purely to make you to understand how precise and accurate has been the detection and picking up of these items, and the cameras which were fitted on board and the lighting arrangements which was all available on board could even pick up the brand name of the watch at 950 meters. The search operations, as I said, were carried out by this vessel called Olympic Canyon, and you can see a boat in the front which transferred the items. This is a Coast Guard boat which has transferred the items from Olympic Canyon to the Coast Guard ship, and from there it was brought to the shore. You have been asking me for the pictures of the scene, sir. There is nothing that you can see much on that scene, except that we had a ship like this present in the area, which is a Coast Guard ship, and in the background is the Olympic Canyon. And whatever they have been performing and doing has been all underwater, so there is nothing which is visible on the surface for them to show and pick up. I must also mention that Olympic Canyon came to Chennai Harbour last night, and we didn't want to transfer this at sea because they were very, very heavy parts, requisition, and Olympic Canyon, heavy parts of the aircraft were to be shifted, and transferring them at mid-sea would have endangered their loss or damage, and hence we requested Olympic Canyon to come over to the port of Chennai, wherein it transferred the items in about 2 to 3 hours, and thereafter has departed back for its mission back to Kakinada. These are the baggages in which most of the parts have been recovered. And these parts were these bags have since been transferred using the ship's crane. I'm quite obedient, isn't it? Follow your instructions. These are the crew which are working on board. I'll try and get you these photographs through the Defense PRO, okay, and have it passed to you all. That will be a better picture for you to represent in your medium of communication. Some of these pictures. These are some of the fabric part of the aircraft which has been also located and picked up. These are seat covers and some linen as part of the seat covers, etc., which has been located. This is the May vest or the life jacket, a torn portion of the life jacket which is worn by the pilots or the air crew, which has also been located and recovered. So these are the recoveries which have been made, and having got some remains of the human remains from the area, we have terminated the search operation, as we have got concrete evidence of the crew and the material and the aircraft. The Board of Inquiry has been given these items, and they shall be carrying out all possible ways of concluding the reasons and identifying the circumstances leading to this mishap which had taken place on 8th of July. I have also informed the families of the finds of the search operation, and they have also been requested to visit the air station to personally see the wreckage and the items of the aircraft and the human remains which have been picked up from the seabed. We are also in consultation with the Tamil Nadu Forensic Science Laboratory for carrying out the DNA test of the items which have been recovered, and have suggested that the parents of the crew members could be present for confirming the identity of the crew members. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
So, but you're saying that the search and rescue operation has come to an end.
Yeah.
Any timeline by which the Board of Inquiry would be submitting?
As the events unfold in terms of uncoding the or decoding the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorder, and establishing the identity of the crew, I'm sure Board of Inquiry should be able to submit its report as early as possible. Any other questions?
So did they have any Coast Guard team present on the Olympic canyon?
Yeah, of course, there was a team, one officer of the rank of commandant and one subordinate.
கடந்த ஜூன் 8ஆம் தேதி காணாமல் போன டார்னியர் விமானம் பிச்சாவரம் அடுத்த பரங்கிப்பேட்டை கடற்பகுதியில் அந்த விமானத்தினுடைய பாகங்கள் நேற்று கண்டுபிடிக்கப்பட்டது. மேலும் விமானத்தினுடைய கருப்பு பெட்டியும் நேற்று கண்டுபிடிக்கப்பட்டு ஆய்விற்காக அது அனுப்பப்பட்டு வந்த ஒரு சூழ்நிலையில் இன்று மாயமான அந்த 3 விமானிகளின் எலும்புகளை கண்டுபிடித்திருப்பதாக கடலோர காவல்படை கிழக்கு பிராந்திய ஐஜி திரு ஷர்மா அவர்கள் செய்தியாளர்கள் சந்திப்பின் போது தெரிவித்திருக்கிறார். அதே நேரத்தில் காணாமல் போன விமானி அணிந்திருந்த லைஃப் ஜாக்கெட்டின் புகைப்படத்தையும் அவர் இந்த செய்தியாளர்கள் சந்திப்பில் காண்பித்திருக்கிறார். விமானி ஒருவரின் கடிகாரத்தை கொண்ட புகைப்படம் ஒன்றையும் காண்பித்திருக்கிறார். மேலும் இந்த தேடுதல் பணியில் ஈடுபட்ட ஊழியர்களின் புகைப்படமும் இந்த செய்தியாளர்கள் சந்திப்பில் காண்பிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. மேலும் விமானம் 4900 அடி உயரத்தில் பறந்தபோது வெடித்து சிதறியதாக கூறப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. மேலும் இந்த விபத்திற்கான காரணம் குறித்து கருப்பு பெட்டியை ஆய்வு செய்த பின்னர் தான் முழுமையான விவரங்கள் தெரிய வரும் என்று சொல்லப்பட்டிருக்கிறது.